People often ask us, how do we juggle family, jobs, England, and the Greek villa renovation? It's not always easy, but this is how we make it work. So the main reason we're making this video today is because, well, in the past, a few people have got in touch with us, but recently someone sent us a message just last week asking us how we managed to juggle life.
Work, life, children, and renovating.
And although our channel focuses on life in Greece and trying to showcase what Greece has to offer, this is the other side of our life that we don't see, and you don't see a lot. And what we're doing right now is filming in one of our favourite parks. It's kind of a localish park to us. We live on the outskirts of London. This park is called Victoria Park in East London. I actually grew up not too far from here. Joe is from a slightly posher area, right?
I'm from Essex. Anybody that wants to call an Essex girl posh, that's fine with me.
But this is our local park. This is one of our favourite parks, and we're just walking the dog now, who is maybe in the background.
She's run after a squirrel.
Where is she?
Right over there.
So a little bit about us. We, if you saw a video a couple of weeks ago, you know that we've both been single parents at one point. We made a video about that. And obviously that means that we've both also been divorced. But on a more happy note, we've been together for 10 years just recently.
We have.
And we have 5 children between us, all between 14 and 18.
Yes.
So life
has been hectic.
And it's a constant juggle, isn't it?
It is, yes.
They're in various colleges and we've still got one at school. So logistics mean that every week is...
We live on a fortnightly schedule because of custody arrangements and school holidays and everything. Basically, life for us revolves on a 2-week schedule of whether it's a weekend that we have our children or a weekend that they're with their other parents. So everything for me, when I look at the calendar, it's 2 in, 2 out, 2 in, 2 out.
So yeah, it has been a bit challenging, but recently 2 of our eldest have begun to drive. That makes life a little bit easier because they're able to run the younger ones around. And we're only just getting into that routine with our Greek trips, like of knowing that we've got people that kids at home that we can rely on to look after the younger ones.
So, and get themselves around a little bit more as well, rather than, not only are they taking their siblings, but they're also able to get themselves where they want to go, which frees us up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do we have 5 children to look after, we've also got a dog named Clemmy. So while we're talking about logistics and our life, let's talk about work. We both work full time. I work in London, and as I just said, we live on the outskirts of London. So I have to commute into London, and I choose to go out pretty early each morning just to avoid the bulk of the traffic. So I leave at around 5 a.m. each day, which is not that pleasant, is it? But
no, especially now we're heading into the darker months, the early mornings bite a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's like pitch black for at least 7 or 8 months of the year over here first thing in the morning, which isn't very pleasant. So I went freelance around 20 years ago now, and I've been self-employed ever since. So I guess I'm in quite a lucky position because I don't have to ask anybody for time off, and yeah, it's always pretty easy for me to come and go as I please. Not quite sure how it would work if I had to always ask for time off, and I guess I'd probably end up taking a fair amount of unpaid leave or something like that, or I'd probably try and plan our trips more around bank holidays and Easter holidays and stuff like that. And yeah, working for yourself is definitely a plus point in this regard. And you also do that, don't you, occasionally?
Yeah, I juggle a couple of jobs. I have a couple of small business startups whilst also working full-time to pay the bills. And one of those jobs also involves getting up extremely early in the morning. The other one is office-based, so I'm always juggling different uniforms and hats and, yeah, making life work.
And yeah, somehow we do make it work. I don't know how.
No, sometimes
Because
we don't know.
thinking about how little sleep we get sometimes, oftentimes when we're on our way to Zante, we just get on that plane and we are asleep before it's even taken off.
We do. We try and get on the earliest flight possible because obviously that maximises our time. But as Chris says, we are very often fast asleep before the plane's even got off the runway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. When we go away, our kids generally we try to time our trips around when they're going to be with their other parents anyway, so that minimises the need for, I would say, babysitting, but they're not babies anymore. Just people to be around to
Or leaving them
look out for
because
them.
our time with them is precious to us as well.
The bigger problem, actually, is the dog, isn't it?
Yeah. The dog is like a child to us. She is 11 years old as well, so she's yeah, and she's not a kennel dog. She's a real
Homely
low.
dog.
Yeah, she doesn't believe that she should even sit on the floor, to be honest.
No, exactly. So we've been. I think we only put her in a kennel once, didn't we, when
Yeah,
we went to Athens
and
to
they
actually
said
see the
that
house in
she
the first
hadn't.
place.
They said she didn't eat while she was
Yeah,
there,
it
so we
was
decided not to do that again.
quite traumatic. So she generally goes to one of Joe's good friends, who looks after her really well, treats her like royalty, and actually treats her better than
Her
the
own
dogs
dogs,
that
yeah.
live in their house. So that's how we handle that. And so far, I mean, it's been 2 years of doing this now. We've done trips where we've been away for a week or two, and we've done trips where we've literally been away for like 24 hours, and somehow we've managed to make it work.
We do. We keep going.
We're just going to go and sit down on the bench because my arm is killing me. So one of the challenges that we've also had since we started our Greek renovation is the fact that we have another renovation going on in England. We bought our house that we live in England in 2017. We started doing a lot of work, and then we've been through phases of doing a lot of work to not doing a lot of work, and we're still in the phase of
We're in a stalling phase at home at the moment.
we're in a spending all our money in Greece phase at the moment. That's what we're in, which is indefinite.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've still got
There's
lots of.
things that need to be finished at home, and there are things sometimes that you look at and think,
Be nice to have a
"Oh, I
kitchen.
just need that to be done."
It'd be nice to have a kitchen drawer. So, how do we get to the airport? That's another thing. I guess you need to know how we juggle our life and what airports are close to us. So, as we said, we live on the outskirts of London, on the border of Essex. So, Stansted is actually our closest airport. The problem with Stansted is generally Ryanair fly out there, and although they're reasonably cheap, they have some horrendous
Shall I
delays.
say they're notoriously late? I'm sorry to say it. We've sat on their planes on the runway so
4
many
hours.
times for
Yeah.
hours and hours and hours, and the time or the money that you save in getting one of their flights or driving to Stansted Airport, you lose somewhere else. So we've kind of figured out that it just isn't worth it.
So we tend to travel to Gatwick now because it's quite a nice airport. And the problem for us is getting to Gatwick, you usually find that there's a problem on the M25, especially if you're going to go first thing in the morning. Like, if to get the 5 a.m. flight, then you need to be leaving home at 2:30. And generally, there's a part of the M25 is closed and you get diverted through villages. And it's a bit of a battle, isn't it?
It
And then
can
generally,
be a bit frustrating. Yeah.
when we land back at Gatwick, we have to come back via a bridge called the Dartford Bridge, or a crossing called the Dartford Crossing, and that is just tailbacks, and it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not been unknown for us to leave the car and literally have to run to the gate.
One little money hack that we discovered last year was that Just Park app. So we didn't really know anything about that, but we'd been paying to park at the airports, which is obviously just got more and more expensive, and now it's like 120, £150 just for a few days sometimes. So we found this app called Just Park.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So you basically can park on someone's drive that lives near the airport, and then you can pick, a 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute walk or a bus ride, whatever you want to choose. Obviously, the further out you are, the less you pay. But it's a significant saving for us with how frequently we have to go. And it's quite good because if we're flying and we're going to sit on a plane for we're going to sit on a plane for hours. We quite like a 20-minute walk. I'm at 2:30 in the morning. Obviously, You need a
pitch
good
black.
walk to wake up.
It's pitch black, and but yeah, like Joe said, it saves you at least half. And
Yeah,
you get to the airport, you've had done 5,000, 6,000 steps or something, and like we try and keep as active as we can. So steps is a thing for us. We try and hit 10,000 a day most days, so that gets you like halfway there, doesn't it, before
it
the day's
does.
even begun?
Yeah,
So that's not too bad. We quite like that, don't we?
yeah.
We probably.
Makes you even more ready for that runway sleep as well.
All right, look, our furry friend has joined us
Our
for this
trusty mascot.
section. So when we get to Greece, we either have generally a week when it's just us two, or just a couple of days. So the amount of work we get done will really depend on how much time we have. But we have managed to do quite a lot in a couple of 1 week stints. Like we built the swimming pool
Yeah,
in 1 week, didn't we? As well as trying to have afternoons off or pockets of time. We just done the patio in 1 week, didn't we? We
yeah,
had 1 week there and got the whole of the patio done. What we wanted to get done,
yeah,
finished,
yeah, absolutely. And
which was
I was
nice.
quite sick during that trip as well.
Oh yeah,
I had horrendous flu, but I'm very lucky. Chris is very driven, so if he has a task in mind, nothing is stopping that task from getting completed. Which has, it's good and its bad points, but it does mean that we always get done what we arrive to do.
yeah. Funny story. When we were trying to finish the swimming pool last year, we were struggling towards the end because the water wasn't coming through as quick as we wanted it to, um, and I ended up with this horrendous toothache, which I chose to not declare. I didn't say a thing to Joe. Just, oh, I've got a bit of a headache, so we went and got some paracetamol or something from the pharmacy, didn't we? But
He didn't tell me he
all I wanted
lost
to
his
do was
tooth.
get the project finished. But what had really happened is one of my teeth had cracked in half. And then when we landed, I remember this quite clearly. England were playing football the day after we landed, and we were sitting there trying to watch it. And I said to Joe, "Look, I've got something to tell you. I've only got half a tooth. It cracked in Greece, and I'm going to need to go to
I'm
the
in so much
dentist."
pain. I need to see
So
someone.
she found an emergency dentist like 15, 20-minute drive away and phoned up and said, "Can you do anything about this tooth?" Because I literally couldn't bear it
No,
anymore.
he couldn't take the pain was that bad. He couldn't take it for another minute.
So we ended up at an emergency dentist the day after getting back from Greece, whilst England was playing on the television while I was getting my tooth out. And that was pretty horrendous experience, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because the tooth was cracked and there was so much infection, he couldn't get it out properly, and it took about half an hour to get out, and have him yanking.
it was
It's
pretty
trauma.
barbaric to watch. Yeah,
So these are the
hi
things.
to all the dentists out there.
These are the things that go wrong. Obviously, it's got nothing to do with the renovation, but it happened whilst we were in Greece. I just figured that would be a funny story.
I was
Um,
so mad at him for not telling me and that it had got to that point, but he was determined that the swimming pool was going to be finished before we came home.
I got finished, and 2 weeks later, everybody was in it having a nice time. I just came back with one less tooth. But let's stick an olive pip in there, and but yeah, you can get a lot done in a week if you set your mind to it and have a plan.
Toothless.
Something else that we do, or that we're trying to get in the habit of doing now, is just going over for a couple of days. Just because we can't always get a week off or even afford a week off, so just a couple of days, go cut the grass,
No, you're
dust.
going to say cut the grass.
Well, you've got to cut the grass, haven't you? Yeah,
After our 6 month jungle, I don't think we'll ever let that happen
you have to
again.
cut the grass. So we've literally just booked a trip just to go back in a couple of weeks' time, basically to cut the grass.
Yeah, we are going to do a little bit more than just cut the grass. We need to do a bit of a winter lockdown.
You got to do what you got to do. All right, so things that we have learned along the way. One of the big things about Greece is that you're going to need to plan when the shops are open and make sure you've got everything in time, because they close for a few hours each day. They close on Sundays. So yeah, you need to plan that, don't you? Because it can catch you out.
Yeah, and they are really cool in that they celebrate all their festivals and
Oh yeah, religious times.
yeah, they really do shut down. Like it's not just or you'll find a shop up the road. Like no, it's shut.
Yeah.
Everything's shut, and I really respect them for that.
Yeah, quite often when we go and like hit a big project all at once, we come back from Greece more tired than when we began. We come back saying, "Oh, we could do a holiday now."
Yeah, a holiday would often be really nice after doing a big project in Greece.
Yeah, like unless you unless you really make sure that you knock off when you say you're going to, and make sure you go and have that rest. It's easy that it can just take over, and then you end up really knackered. So I would probably, like, we have started getting into the habit of doing things
Yeah,
differently now.
it's not unknown now for us to get up early, do several hours, go to the beach, fall asleep, set an alarm, fall asleep on the beach, wake up an hour and a half later, back to the villa, have a drink,
Yeah.
and off you go again.
You just got to try and embrace life over there. I guess that's one of the reasons that you pick whatever country you pick, because you like their way of life, you like their culture, and it takes a lot to switch off and say, no, I'm going to go and sit with the neighbours now for half an hour and have coffee with them, because you think I could be doing this, this, and this, and this. But unless you do that, well, what was the point?
Absolutely, and they've been so gracious to us. Like they're just the loveliest people.
Yeah, we need to just immerse ourselves in their way of living a bit more, which we are starting to do.
We are.
So the big message from us here is, it's not easy living a life in two different countries, but it's definitely achievable because we've been doing it for 2 years now. We've got absolutely no plans of stopping, and
We haven't given up. We're still going.
there is a way of juggling your life, even if you think, how the heck am I going to do it? We made that decision, didn't we, to just jump in and figure it all out as we were doing it, which is like,
Yeah.
and we're recording it and showing you all now.
And it's still not perfect. We're still, with every year that things change with the children, with every year that things change with our work or life, because we're changing as people as well. We're now, midlife. You just have to adapt and go again. Just don't get too set in a pattern. And when something's not working, you have to stop and say, okay, right, we've really tried at that.
Keep talking.
What can we do? How can we twist it, change it? What can be different? And you go again.
There is definitely a way, and look, this is our life here. We're trying to show you everything, and this is it. We're sitting in a park.
It's nearly dark.
It's nearly dark. It's pretty cold, but this is the time that we have to do this sort of thing: to film YouTube videos, edit YouTube videos. This is a Wednesday night. It's generally the night that we have in the week to try and do bits and pieces we need to do as a couple.
Yeah.
And this is it.
This is how we spend our time as a couple now.
Yes.
Sharing it with you all.
So before it gets completely pitch black and we can't find our way out, we better wrap up.
The dog.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.